helping you to weather good and bad economies without putting retirement on hold. This is the Tumolo Financial Podcast with Ken and Nick Tumolo. Ken and his son Nick know that creating a comprehensive financial plan can align your hard-earned life savings with your retirement goals. Consider them your retirement architects. Now, the Tumolo Financial Podcast with Ken and Nick Tumolo.
There was this interesting survey that came out by GoCity.com where they were asking, they did a survey and it's like a dream case scenario. What's the most perfect vacation you could come up with? And the results showed that a perfect vacation, it lasts 11 days. It's only 3 hours from home. People don't want to spend their time traveling. They want to be vacationing. It costs nearly $9,000 per person. So apparently they are going to the fanciest resort in the country. But what's also interesting, this study found that 92% of the survey said if just one thing goes wrong on a trip, it's enough to ruin the entire vacation. And applying this thought process to our retirement plan, essentially our retirement, it should be kind of like thinking about like a 20, 30, 40-year vacation, right? Is that a good way to think about it?
Yes,
I mean, that's the ideal. That's the dream. However, are there case scenarios? Have you seen any kind of common one things that could seriously throw off, if not ruin, a retirement plan?
Oh, I can definitely think of things, but I really want to stop with that question. I can't believe that $9,000 per person.
Seriously? They must be staying at the Four Seasons.
I know, because I just went on a Mediterranean cruise with my wife. Combined, we didn't even spend that.
I know. Well, the thing I was thinking is if it's 11 days and it's for, all the things included, it's also a dream case scenario. This is not what people are actually spending.
Yeah, or they're going to Disney.
Or that. They're okay, yeah. How much would tickets for a family of four cost if you went to Disney every single day for 11 days in a row?
Oof. Oh, it's gross.
It would
now.
quickly add up.
Yeah, I think it's over $150 a day now per person. And that's not even including the hotels and...
Nope.
But yeah, the one most common thing I would say is probably taxes. And that's just because a lot of people don't understand the tax code and don't want to worry about it as much.
Okay.
It's so complicated because every piece has its own tax code to it. So just to explain, IRAs, 401ks are fully taxed at whatever your current tax rate is. Roths are usually tax-free. Those non-retirement accounts, those brokerage, those individual stocks are capital gains rates. And then you have Social Security's at provisional tax. So there's a lot to it right there. So there's 4 different tax codes right there. And it's so complicated. And give you a perfect example, because I had a client come in about 3 years ago. And they were actually working with an investment advisor, unfortunately. They were worried about spending in retirement. They were both already retired, and they felt like they were a little strapped on their funds. And they actually had a very good blend of what I just brought up, the IRAs, the Roth, the non-retirement accounts, and they were paying about $5,000 in taxes in their plan. The advisor just told them to take all the money out of the IRA and really never put out a plan. This is where we just want you to pull the money from. And they had no explanation for me. So when I took the numbers back to my team and everything, we built it out. We were able to get them down from $5,000 to $0 in taxes for the last couple of years.
Really?
Think about that. $9,000 per person for a trip. Mm-hmm. That couple probably doesn't need that. Like I said, I didn't even need that.
Right.
But $5,000, you can go on a pretty good trip for $5,000. Or if you needed to fund a little bit more of your lifestyle. And now every time they both come in, he's telling me fishing stories all the time. She's telling me all the stories about their hanging out with their grandchild. And they're really happy now. It seems like now that they have a little extra income coming in, they seem a lot more relaxed since the first time we met them. I remember both my dad and I were in that meeting in the beginning with them. And all they talk about is their trips now and what they're doing with their lives. Yeah. And they feel very comfortable with retirement. So that's what we try to do, make you feel a little bit more comfortable in retirement so you don't have to have those worries. You don't have to feel strapped, because I have countless stories I can go over with that. And that's where that Tumolo Retirement Checkup, we build that out complimentary for anyone that calls in. Our phone number is 860-854-3434, or you can visit our website at tfcheckup.com. But I know we're talking about vacations today. I do want to stress too, everyone's goal is different. Whether it's vacations, whether it's you do want to help your kids with inheritance, whether you want to, I had someone come in a few weeks ago, they want to buy a second property because now they have a couple grandkids in Florida. Mm-hmm. everyone's goals are different. That's where that Tumolo Retirement Checkup we build that out in there.
Not saving more money, not working longer, just by implementing a tax strategy. This one couple that Nick was talking about was able to increase their income by $5,000 a year. Doesn't happen for everybody, but what if you could add a few extra $1,000s to your income every year in retirement just by having a tax strategy implemented? This is the point of having a Tumolo Financial Retirement Checkup done on your savings and investments. So let's get to work on that. That number you're dialing, 860-854-3434. We've opened 5 spots on the calendar for radio listeners today. Want to offer you your own complimentary Tumolo Financial Retirement Checkup, 860-854-3434 to call and schedule a time. Reserve one of these 5 spots for yourself for this tax planning process that happens within the overall retirement checkup process. 860-854-3434. Guys, while we're on the theme of vacations today, in the traveling space, we have all heard about lost luggage, which often turns into unclaimed luggage. Fortunately, when it comes to a lost bag, for the most part, that's just going to affect one trip. However, when it comes to lost retirement accounts, that can change our entire retirement trajectory. There was this report done by Vanguard. They found nearly half of employees leave behind money in their 401ks when they get a new job. That's 29 million lost accounts totaling $1.65 trillion in assets. In the Tumolo Financial Retirement Checkup process, the idea of quote-unquote lost money or lost 401ks, is this something that you can help us figure out and find?
The answer is kind of yes.
Okay.
So, and this is really important.
Okay.
And listeners, I'm just going to stress it.
Yeah.
If you know you've worked at a job in the past and you're not sure if when you're in your 20s, 30s, if you contribute it to a 401k, you need to go hunting a little bit. And there are some websites that we have that we send clients to help them out and find, or listeners to help them find things. We had a woman in here, and this is a few years back, and based on her numbers, she didn't quite make it through retirement. And basically what ended up happening, she gathered stuff. She worked multiple jobs. There was multiple pensions, multiple 401ks. Okay, so it's kind of a messy situation. And putting it all together, that's really where the Tumolo Financial Checkup helps, is getting people organized.
Streamlining, simplify, yes.
Yes. And so basically what ended up happening is, so like, I think I worked at a place when I was in my 30s, and I was there for a while. And we went hunting a bit. And basically she found it. I didn't find it. But she was owed a pension. And that pension that she was owed was over $275,000.
What?
Okay. Just let that sit in. It's like all of a sudden finding over $250,000 that you didn't know you had.
Yeah.
And so something like that could be the difference between being able to retire and not being able to retire.
Wow.
So the thing is it's getting the things organized and starting to figure out, hey, am I missing something from the past? So that Tumolo Financial Retirement Checkup, like I said, it forces you. Reason why is when we're asking those questions about accounts, spending, Social Security, pensions, now it starts to like, best way to put it, starts to, I don't know, flip a switch in the mind. Hey, you know what? I did this or I did that. One other area I'm going to point out too, and I'm going to stress, and we've run into this multiple times, stock used to be in the form of certificates. And people will put those certificates away in a drawer, a safe deposit box, or just in their closet, and they forget about them. So they might own a stock from years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many times it's happened. Someone passes away, and then the wife or the husband or the son or the daughter find those shares.
Oh, they're just like cleaning out a drawer or a file?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
And if you had that and you can put it into their plan and make things more tax efficient. So really what I want to say is this whole unclaimed luggage idea here, it's kind of a way for me to say to everyone, hey, start to gather everything. Come in for that Tumolo Financial Retirement Checkup, because it's going to make you think about the things that you have, and then you start to put all the pieces together. And then it even makes it easier for your beneficiaries. You get everything organized. We do a 3-ring binder for our clients, listing everything out too. So again, start with the Tumolo Financial Retirement Checkup, our website, and we do this complimentary for listeners. They can book an appointment on the website, tfcheckup.com, or call us at 860-854-3434.
I think that for a lot of folks, and I'm sure you guys can speak to this better than I can, it's almost the hesitation of getting started in this process is that overwhelming feeling of, oh my gosh, there's so much, everything is everywhere. How do I even begin? But really, it can begin in these initial conversations. It's not like we have to come in perfectly organized and know where everything is. You guys help us through this process, correct?
Yes.
Goal number one, job number one.
Yes.
When it comes to simplifying and organizing, nobody understands as well as Ken and Nick do how it can feel overwhelming, but they are doing this every single day in their office. They are here to help you through this process, to simplify, to organize, to get a strategy together, gather everything together in a plan that's customized to you and your goals for the years ahead. So again, let's begin the conversation. That number you're dialing right now, 860-854-3434. If you have questions about your 401k or maybe lost 401ks or money that you're not sure of, let's get to work discovering how to bring it all together in one plan customized to your goals. 860-854-3434. We reserved 5 spots on the calendar just for radio listeners today. If you've saved $250,000 or more, want to offer you your own Tumolo Financial Retirement Checkup complimentary. So give us a call to reserve one of these spots for yourself. 860-854-3434. You can also visit us at tfcheckup.com, or again, it's 860-854-3434.
Investment advice offered through Tumolo Wealth Management, a Connecticut-registered investment advisor. Content contained herein should not be construed as an offer or solicitation for investment advice or for the purchase or sale of any security, insurance, or other investment product. Please consult with a qualified financial, tax, accounting, or legal professional before implementing any ideas or strategies discussed here.